Hi, my name's Steve. Welcome aboard my narrowboat home, Moorland Rose. Please join me as I take a slow boat through Britain. I spent Christmas and the New Year around Sowerby Bridge to be near my son Matt and his wife, Sally, and my grandson Rupert. I had a fabulous time, but I must move on. There's a planned winter stoppage at the lock before Elland in 2 days' time, so I need to get past that. It's cloudy and cold, but the frost and ice from before Christmas have gone. Like a lot of new houses along the canal, these properties are making the most of their waterside location with their wooden patios. I wasn't expecting to see canoeists out in this weather. As the sleet starts to fall, it's time to get warm, working through our first lock of the day. Straight on here is the remainder of the arm which went up 14 locks to Halifax. This arm was a late extension to the canal, being built some 50 years after the main line. It replaced a tramway which until 1828 had carried goods to and from the centre of Halifax, to be transhipped here with barges at Salter Hebble. About a quarter of a mile of the once 1.5 mile canal remains. But we need to make this sharp turn to the right to go down the locks. Another technique for exiting the lock is to stand on the roof and walk the boat out. There is a water point straight ahead after the first lock, so I'll top up my tank there. With the water tank filling and the sky brightening up, I have set the second lock ready to carry on. These two locks at Salter Hebble are the shortest I've encountered on the system, and great care is needed to ensure that my stern doesn't get caught up on the sill. With Moreland Rose's stern against the sill at the top of the lock, her bow prevents me opening the tail or bottom gate, so a game of Tetris ensues. I open the gate on the opposite side. Then, with the gate fully closed on my side, there's now enough room to push Moreland Rose across. And we are free. guillotine gate installed when they widen the road means there's more room in this lock. I just need to pull in and collect my key, which the lock mechanism holds on to until you've closed it back up. With the rain getting harder, I stopped the night in Elland before setting off the next morning. Modifying my trick with these short locks, I push Moorland Rose across first, so that I can pull her back with the centre line once I have opened the gate on my side. Always something new to learn. Often with these broad locks, I only operate the paddles on one side. It does take a little longer, but it saves me walking backward and forth along the length of the lock when there's no way to cross at the tail. But the leaky top gates meant I would never have emptied it on only one paddle. I spot two guys opening the next lock gates as I approach, so it's straight into this one. Hi there.
You took 10 minutes early, you would have done really well. Sticks were jammed in gate.
I thought the gate pound was down a little.
Actually last night, because I'm more here, some kids came last night and started messing about with these, must have found a wind axe. They nearly drained this whole pan.
With their help, I am soon through. Brilliant, thanks a lot. One of my pet hates is people tying up and leaving boats on lock landings. With another steel boat I would tie up alongside and clamber over their boat, but I daren't do that with a GRP cruiser for fear of damaging it. With nowhere to tie Moorland Rose to, I leave the centreline ashore and trust she won't drift too far as I work the lock. Being the good girl she is, she hasn't moved when I get back. Another problem to solve. Neither gate will stay open, so I have to get Moorland Rose's bear between them while I get back on board. But that tends to push her into the centre of the lock. I hold on to the centre line as I step off the lock ladder. Back to Brighouse, where I have an appointment at the optician's. We'll see how that goes next time. It looks like I can fit into that gap in front of this cruiser. That'll do me for a couple of days. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I tackle some of the challenges as a solo boater. Join me next time as I have to make an alteration to my plans. Until then, stay safe. See you soon.